Alrighty, most popular diets tell you to eat more leafy greens, eat less saturated fat, exercise more to burn more calories, and eat more omega-3 fatty acids. Now this works up to a point, but it's not the type of advice that's going to transform your body in 7 weeks. It's not the type of advice that's going to make your friends and co-workers accuse you for having liposuction next time they see you. Look, restricting calories works up to a point, but there are many elements to consider. Most people know how to lose weight, yeah? What they don't know is how to take the how-to and sequence it in a way to make it failure-proof. So people will follow a diet for a few weeks and then backslide. So the good news is that we can failure-proof that by taking really, really small steps and chunking it down into small bite-sized pieces. So my mission is to help you to get from point A to point B in the fastest, healthiest, and most efficient time possible. Let me give you a metaphor. So everyone starts out at point A. Point A is, okay, I've got a problem and I want the results. And point B represents the results. Everybody wants to go from point A to point B with something. Now typically, in order to get from point A to point B, metaphorically speaking, they have to climb Mount Everest to get there. There's all this stuff that they've got to do, and it's usually a big deal. So here's where we go wrong. We hire someone to be our guide to get us over this thing, and they end up being overzealous Sherpas. In order for your money to be well spent, your Sherpa gives you 300 days worth of food. He gives you 137 tents to carry on your journey over Mount Everest. He gives you 15 extra maps just so you won't get lost. And he also gives you bonus maps in Swahili, just in case you run up to any desert people up there. He gives you 40 blankets because he believes he's the best guide ever. And just to be super cool, he gives you 50 picks and 100 shovels to carry on your journey over Mount Everest. Now, picture this. You're trying to carry the 5 tons of crap he just gave you up the mountain. He gets a quarter of the way up the mountain and he says, stuff this, man, I'm not carrying this crap any longer. He gives up, right? He's overwhelmed. Now I know you don't want that. You want to get from point A, where you are now, to point B, where you need to be. So here's how new body formula works. We start off with you at point A, and instead of focusing on the mountain, we are going to focus on the milestones we have to pass through along the way in a certain order to get the results that we're after. If I focus on getting you through the milestones and identifying what those milestones are, I can do you a tremendous service by helping you get great results. By breaking it down into milestones, I'm chunking down the whole process into easily digestible bites. And that eliminates any overwhelm. The old saying, how do you eat an elephant? Well, that's true for almost anything. Imagine if I sent you a boatload of stuff and I said, okay, ma'am, here is everything you need to do for the next 2 months. We're going to do 10,000 squats, run 3,500 kilometers, and here's everything you're going to eat for the next 2 months. Overwhelm hits. You'd be like, just forget about that, Simon, and give me those diet pills now. If I say, okay, ma'am, show up tomorrow, and we're going to do this 20-minute interval session together. And then I guide you into a wonderfully deep relaxation to change some of your subconscious self-limiting beliefs. I just took you through a milestone. Come back Wednesday, and we're going to do this 12-minute session followed by some core stability. 45 days later, you've melted bucket loads of fat and you never got overwhelmed. So when I do it like this, helping you through the milestones and chunking it down, I can help you much more than overwhelming you. You see, the bottom line is people are generally terrible at following advice. Even very effective people are terrible at it. And there are 2 reasons. Number 1, most have insufficient reason for action. Their pain is just not painful enough. And number 2, there are no reminders. No consistent tracking equals no awareness equals no behavioural change. So consistent tracking is absolutely key if you want to succeed at creating your new body.